For Star Trek series and the newest Star Trek movie have ended with open questions that may not be resolved and hint at new voyages that audiences may not see. On Paramount+, Star Trek, Picard wrapped after 3 seasons in 2023. In 2024, both Star Trek, Discovery and Star Trek, Lower Decks closed out with Season 5. Meanwhile, Star Trek, Prodigy Season 2 premiered on Netflix in July 2024, but the streamer has offered no update on renewing the beloved CGI animated series, effectively ending the series for the time being. Star Trek, Discovery's launch in 2017 spawned an epic Star Trek renaissance on Paramount+ and Netflix that is still going strong, albeit more streamlined. In 2022, Paramount+ boasted a new episode of 5 Star Trek series premiering almost every Thursday. Even without Star Trek, Picard, Star Trek, Discovery, and Star Trek, Lower Decks, Paramount+ delivered its first Star Trek streaming movie, Star Trek, Section 31, in 2025. While Star Trek, Strange New Worlds and Star Trek, Starfleet Academy continue the franchise on Paramount+, every other Star Trek of this current era has bowed out with a cliffhanger or set up for a new mission that is left to audiences' imaginations. Star Trek, Picard ended with QS Return cliffhanger. What's next for Captain 7 and the USS Enterprise G? Star Trek, Picard Season 3 ended with 2 intriguing setups that build toward a continuation dubbed Star Trek, Legacy. Picard Season 3's final image is of Q, John Delancey, somehow back from the dead. The omnipotent trickster has transferred his attention to Ensign Jack Crusher, Ed Spaliers, the son of Admiral Jean-Luc Picard, Patrick Stewart. Meanwhile, Captain 7 of 9, Jerry Ryan, and her first officer, Commander Raffi Musica, Michelle Hurd, launched the new USS Enterprise G, which has been renamed from the USS Titan A. Paramount+ never announced or moved forward with Star Trek, Legacy, despite Star Trek, Picard Season 3 setup. Regardless of continuous fan desire and the thumbs up of Star Trek, Picard's creative team and actors, there has been no movement on a Star Trek, Legacy TV series actually happening. Star Trek, Legacy becoming a Star Trek streaming movie also hasn't been acknowledged by Paramount+. The continuing voyages of the USS Enterprise G and QS intentions for Jack Crusher remain a pie-in-the-sky dream for fans. Star Trek, Discovery had 2 endings. What is Captain Burnham and the USS Discovery's next mission? Star Trek, Discovery Season 5 has 2 endings, the original setup for Star Trek, Discovery Season 6 and an epilogue set 30 years later that was added when Paramount+ announced Season 5 was Discovery's final season. Discovery Season 5's original ending was the wedding of Ambassador Saru, Doug Jones, and President T'Rina, Tara Rosling, where Captain Michael Burnham, Sonequa Martin Green, and Cleveland Booker, David Ajala, rekindled their romance. The USS Discovery then jumped to a mysterious new mission. Star Trek, Discovery's finale epilogue then warped forward 30 years to show Admiral Michael Burnham send the USS Discovery to its final destiny, which leads into the Star Trek, Short Treks episode, Calypso. Picking up 1,000 years into the distant future, Calypso tells of how Discovery's sentient AI, Zora, Annabelle Wallace, meets and falls in love with a soldier named Kraft, Aldous Hodge. What happens next to the USS Discovery after Calypso may never be known. Star Trek, Prodigy set up the future of the USS Prodigy. Can Starfleet's young heroes bring light to the Federation's darkest corners? Star Trek, Prodigy Season 2's ending ingeniously ties into the backstory of Star Trek, Picard Season 1. After helping the Traveler Wesley Crusher, Will Wheaton, save the multiverse, the young crew of the USS Protostar returned to Starfleet Academy as heroes. But on First Contact Day 2385, Mars is attacked by rogue synthetics, killing 92,000 souls and destroying a new armada built at the Utopia Planeteer Fleet Yards. The Mars attack of 2385 is a crippling blow to Starfleet that forces the United Federation of Planets to retreat within its borders. However, Admiral Catherine Janeway, Kate Mulgrew, has no intention of letting the Federation's light in the galaxy be extinguished. Janeway assigns Dal RL, Brett Gray, Gwyndala, Ella Purnell, and their young friends to become the crew of the new USS Prodigy. The Starfleet cadets' mission is to bring the optimism of the Federation beyond its borders. Star Trek, Prodigy Season 2's ending is a brilliant and inspiring setup for this bold new mission that fans dearly hope Netflix will green-light. Star Trek, Lower Decks opened up exploration of the multiverse. Can the USS Cerritos' new co-first officers exist with Captain Ransom? Like Star Trek, Prodigy, Star Trek, Lower Decks Season 5 featured journeys into the alternate realities and variants of Star Trek legacy characters of Star Trek's endless multiverse. Star Trek, Lower Decks Season 5's ending saw Captain Carol Freeman, Dawn Lewis, leave the USS Cerritos to head up Starfleet's exploration of the multiverse. Based out of Starbase 80, the Defiant-class starship Anaximander led by Captain William Boimler, Jack Quaid, will journey into infinite realities. As Star Trek's multiverse is set to be explored, big changes occur on the USS Cerritos. Captain Jack Ransom, Jerry O'Connell, takes over command of the California-class starship, and Ransom appoints Lieutenants Brad Boimler, Jack Quaid, and Beckett Mariner, Tawny Newsome, as co-first officers. They join Lieutenants T. Lin, Gabrielle Ruiz, and Divan Attendee, Noel Wells, as co-science officers in the Cerritos' upgraded command structure. What happens next to the hilarious heroes of Star Trek? Lower Decks is something fans dearly hope to see. Star Trek, Section 31 set up a new mission for Emperor Georgiou's team. Will Star Trek, Section 31 get a sequel? Star Trek, Section 31 was the first major adventure set in Star Trek's early 24th century lost era circa 2324. Section 31's heretofore unheard-of mission saw Emperor Philippa Georgiou, Michelle Yeoh, and a Section 31 Black Ops team led by Alok Sahar, Omari Hardwick, stop an invasion of the Federation by the Mirror Universe's Terran Empire. Georgiou also foiled a plot by her former lover, San, James Hiroyuki Liao, to use a super weapon called the Godsend to destroy entire planets. Star Trek, Section 31 set up the next mission for Alok Sahar's Alpha team, with Emperor Georgiou coming along as the newest official recruit, and newly promoted Lieutenant Commander Rachel Garrett, Casey role, representing Starfleet's interests. However, the negative critical and online reception to Star Trek, Section 31 may prevent a sequel from happening. This would make Star Trek, Section 31 the latest Star Trek project to promise a new adventure fans may not get to see.